Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson Football Channel for 6 things that we learned from Leicester City 1, Chelsea 3. I don't know if you guys managed to see my match preview from this game this morning, but I said Chelsea would win this game 3-1. Now, I know that predictions recently have been quite difficult to do, but if that isn't a good enough reason to hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the George Benson Football Channel. If you are new and haven't already done so, let's see if we can get 10,000 likes for a third Chelsea win in a row. Today we were dominant. There were moments once more where we're in control of the game, we lost control of the game, regained control of the game. It's something that we have not seen under Graham Potter anywhere near enough, and today Chelsea got the job done. We knew we were going to go to Leicester. They were going to have chances. It was a really, really good, entertaining game of football. If you were a neutral and you were watching it, Leicester had many chances too. I will say, before we go into the boxes, which are incredibly positive once again today, from a Chelsea perspective, Andre Mariner, how are you fit enough to referee Premier League football matches, mate? Absolutely atrocious. There should have been a red card for Ricardo Pereira in the first minute of the game. Daniel Amati has decided that he wants to flipping Kung Fu Panda kick Kai Havertz, and then Havertz lifts up his shirt and you can see that he's absolutely torn his chest to shreds. That should have been a red card. And then Face, whatever his name is, Feces he was playing like today, he gets sent off as well. That one was correct, but Leicester should have easily been down to 8 men. Enzo as well, there was like a bit of a follow through tackle on James Maddison, but overall, it was dirty today from Leicester. Every single time they got near the ball or to make a challenge, they were leaving a bit extra on their man. Chelsea rode the storm very well. You got Ben Chilwell scoring an absolute rocket to give us a 1-0 lead. You've also got Wesley Fofana almost scoring against his former club. You got Graham Potter fist pumping again, and the Chelsea fans in that away end starting to feel confident again. We are starting to see Potter ball. I know it's one of those things where we don't really know what it is, or we hadn't known what it is, but today, especially when Leicester went down to 10 men, we finished the game controlling the possession, passing it around well, looking confident on the ball, and Chelsea look as though we're back. I mean, I wouldn't want to say it too soon, but we have won 3 games in a row now, and I think once again today, credit to Graham Potter. In-game management, we see us finish with a 4 at the back, and after we go to 4 at the back, we score the 3rd goal. Absolutely brilliant stuff, and we begin. Box number 1 is a blue box for Enzo Fernandez. Is there anything that this guy cannot do? The pass for Kai Havertz's goal is sumptuous. It is delightful. It is masterfully brilliant from Enzo. He was absolutely everywhere again today, winning the ball back in the middle. If you look at the Leicester City lineup, they went with a 3-5-2, and you could have said that Chelsea should have been swarmed and crowded out in the midfield. Towards the end of the first half, we did look as though we were struggling to control the game in the midfield, but only for about a 10-minute period. And then the brilliance of Enzo, when you see him in the final third, the little chip ball over the top, and Kai Havertz finishes with aplomb. I thought Enzo today was magnificent, and game by game, to settle in so quickly to the Premier League, the way that Enzo Fernandez has done, is a massive credit, and I think for many years to come, Chelsea have got an absolute baller in the team. We move into box number 2. Benjamin bloody Chilwell is back with the Greens. He kind of went missing a bit in the second half, to be fair, but the goal to give Chelsea that lead in the opening 12-13 minutes of the game. What a volley it is, by the way. Kalidou Koulibaly, it was excellent today, but he's not lucky enough to get a box for this one. Koulibaly with the cross, Chili's coming onto it, and at first I'm like, oh, that's taking a wicked, mean deflection and hit the back of the net. Absolutely not. It takes a small deflection, but the connection from Ben Chilwell was absolutely fantastic. We saw him rifle one in against Brentford. I think that might have even been last season now, but Chile once more today, first half, brilliant. I think Ruben had a good game in the right wing-back position as well. Didn't do too many great things, but didn't do too much wrong either, which was good. But I think Chilwell, once again, now that he's back and he's fit, went missing a bit in the second half, but Leicester were chasing the game. Chelsea had to defend a little bit more before we scored that third goal. But Ben Chilwell, I thought, was excellent. Box number 3, momentum. The redemption arc of Kai Havertz. It is the second video in a row where Kai Havertz gets himself a green box. Brilliant on Tuesday night against Dortmund. And today, Kai was very good again. We saw in that first half, Mykhailo Mudryk was going through the middle. Didn't really work. Havertz was out on the right. We've been saying this for so long now. Graham Potter shouldn't be using Kai Havertz as a striker. And today, we saw him working very, very well out on that right-hand side. Ruben was getting forward a lot. And the finish, again, from Kai Havertz is absolutely brilliant. And I think once more, we are seeing him now with a bit of grit, a bit more energy and determination. I think overall, Kai Havertz scoring 2 in 2, winning again, scoring again in the Premier League and the Champions League. This is exactly the right time where we need players like Kai Havertz to be showing just how good they are. And I thought today he was absolutely excellent again. I want to talk a little bit about Mudryk because Mudryk doesn't get a box here in this video today. First half, I think there was a lot of poor touches from Mudryk. I think he was looking a little bit slow and sluggish. And then in the second half, towards the end of the second half, we see him go out to that left-hand side again. Gets a lot better. It's a great little touch that puts in Conor Gallagher. Gallagher forces the save out of Danny Ward. And then the assist for Mudryk was excellent. Box number 4 is for Mateo Kovacic, who scored yet another beautiful goal. Whenever Kovacic scores, you just know there's going to be some kind of acrobatics. There's going to be some kind of beauty in the finish. And he does it again, wrapping up the victory for Chelsea with the third goal. We could have had so many more goals today, you know. João Felix scores one that is marginally offside. He hits the post. Wesley Fofana came so close to scoring as well. Chelsea were just so good. And the fact that the goals are coming from everybody now. Havertz back on the score sheet. We got defenders scoring for us again, which we saw a lot under Thomas Tuchel. And then Mateo Kovacic comes up and scores the goal that wraps it up for Chelsea. Even before Leicester finished the game with 10 men. With the score at 2-1 and Leicester being at home, I wasn't confident. I was still nervous. I've still got so much PTSD of 4 months of dreadful form and Chelsea not being able to see out matches. But we did it, and we did it in style. It's a brilliant finish from Kovacic. Lovely assist from Mykhailo Mudryk as well, who also scored an offside goal. So yeah, we're putting the ball in the back of the net. We could have had 6 or 7 today. Box number 5 is a green box for Conor Gallagher, who comes on. And I think Conor had an excellent second half for Chelsea. When I see that substitution, I'm thinking, well, João Felix took a couple of knocks in that first half. But is Conor Gallagher the right man to come on? Surely it could have been a Christian Pulisic or it could have been Noni Madueke. But what Conor Gallagher did so well was we're starting to see the Gallagher that we saw at Crystal Palace, where box-to-box midfield as a DM, but then also getting forward. He was everywhere in that second half. And I think Conor really wants to be at Chelsea. You can see he's a player who fights for the badge. He absolutely loves the club. And I think with Chelsea still linked with midfielders, Conor Gallagher is one that I would love us to keep hold of. If we sell Mason Mount, we've got to keep hold of Conor. Because I think, once again, it is an incredibly high ceiling that he's got. And the work rate today was excellent. Could have had a goal himself as well. And he was linking up really nicely with Mudryk and other players in the final third. Box number 6, to wrap up 6 things we learnt. With 6 greens, I could have given a green to Koulibaly, Cucurella or Fofana today for their performances. But I've given it to Wesley Fofana because against this former club, he goes off. It looks as though it could have been an injury at the end of the game. We've just got to hope that that is not a serious injury that he goes off for Badiashile. But he's just such a classy defender. I love watching Wesley Fofana play. He almost scored against his former club too with a header at the early stages of the second half. I think overall, we are seeing Wesley Fofana now and why we spent so much money on him to bring him from Leicester in the first place. He was everywhere, putting in tackles, making blocks against a good Leicester attack. You know, Leicester were poor defensively, but really, really good going forward. And I think Chelsea today had to defend well. The goal that we conceded, I've got to talk about that one. I thought Kepa did well again today, made lots of good saves. Couple of moments where he looked poor. João Felix gives the ball away. And then I thought, on my live stream, if you haven't seen the stream, you should check it out, see the reactions. I thought maybe Kepa could have saved it, but then it's actually just a really good finish from Patson Daka. And overall, we have got to be happy with this. Graham Potter is turning this around. 3 wins in a row. 2 in the Premier League, Champions League as well. We've got the Champions League draw to look forward to now on Friday. And for me, I've got to say credit once again to Graham Potter. The Gallagher substitution, absolutely masterful. Some of the football we were playing today, absolutely brilliant. And finally, we're not talking about Chelsea having a decent XG. We are talking about Chelsea turning up, scoring goals, and if it wasn't for marginal offsides, we're talking about 5, 6, 7 goals today. We really, really work good, and I'm excited for what we can do between now and the end of the season. But anyway, 10,000 likes is the target. I don't think we've hit it all season, but if we can today, that would be excellent. And subscribe to GBFC. I'm on the way to 250,000 Chelsea fans here. So buzzing about that. It's another big win. Come on, you Blues.